Ok, je pense qu'on peut commencer. Hein. Freddy, c'est bon?
I think we can go on. Isaf, can we go ahead? Yeah, as you wish, Imelda. Right. Good morning, everybody.
Bonjour encore, bienvenue, bienvenue à
Morning once again, and welcome to our virtual room of experience exchange. It's a great pleasure to see you again here online. This shows the interest, that the keen interest that you have in this platform and in this exchange platform. For me, I am Imelda Agondano. I am an agronomist engineer, and I'm program officer in OTA, and I am responsible of advocacy and economic service. So now we are in our 8th session of Pan-African exchange of local organization. This platform is an online platform that allows us to go from our rich experiences and share, exchange as we can learn the good practices from it. So this session is organized by UAFF, which is East African organization, and it focuses more on services. It's been 2 weeks. They had a session on the same theme, and it was more general in experiences that we have had in our different organizations to do resource mobilization. Before we start with the agenda, I would like to give some logistics information, and I would like to invite Isaf to share the screen for logistics information.
Tu peux y aller, Imelda, le temps que je trouve le document.
Just go ahead, Imelda, as I'm looking for the document. So in terms of logistics, you just need to know that the interpretation is available for this meeting, be it be English, French, or French, English. So don't hesitate to click on the globe so you can choose the language in which you feel comfortable in the most. Like the way Isaf is going to show it, you will see instructions. Other element is for us to have a flawless exchange. We will ask you to deactivate your mics when you are not intervening, as well as the video, because some of you are on the field and are doing other things, and there's some noise maybe in the background. So we will only invite you when you're going to intervene to activate your video or even your audio, because it's always good to see who we are talking with. So I'm just going to pause for a minute. These are the most important information in terms of logistics. There is also a fact that this meeting is recorded. So when you want to take the floor, don't forget to raise your hand so we can give you the floor. You can also react in the chat. Great. As you can see on the screen, there are some instructions on how to choose your preferred language in terms of simultaneous interpretation. So in a few, we are going to have breakout rooms. We are going to have 2 groups. Those are the instructions on how to join a breakout room. So it will be an English-speaking group and a French-speaking group. So you will just choose the group in which you should be comfortable with. But before we go in breakout rooms, we are going to project again this image so we can remind you on how to join it easily. I think it's okay for now. That is the logistics I wanted to share with you before we start the session.
With you before the session starts.
Before going any further, we would like to discover who we are. I know we are more or less like
it's true that we are about
class,
30 of that,
and we
have got 2 hours.
2
Therefore, we'll have 2 minutes for everyone to present themselves.
Even if we give one person a minute to each person to present themselves, it will be really long.
We are going to
30 minutes.
N'oubliez pas, lorsque vous allez vouloir prendre la parole, vous
present ourselves. So when you're going to intervene,
forget
you
that
can
we
actually
can forget
present
individually. What we are going to
yourself.
do
But for this time, what I'm going to
time
show
round,
you, I'm counting on everybody to play this game.
we could
So
present
let's,
ourselves through
present
organization
each
or
other,
regions. Therefore, I'm going to
through
invite all the
organization.
participation.
We
I
can
start
close
by
our camera
myself. You
or
switch off your
deactivate our camera,
Then
and
I'm
then
going
I'll
to ask
the participant per region to open your
just
cameras,
uncover
just
yourself
to discover who
and
you are and to interact
present
in a
yourself.
virtual way. So we are going to start.
So we're going to start with
EAFF.
OIF.
We are going to invite all the participants
And I'm going to
and member of EAFF to open their camera. And
I ask all the friends who are in
Goma,
and Bukavu, and
you are in the group of
you are in the group. You can open your cameras.
Tarsis, Zawadi, and everybody. I didn't see everybody who are saying hi. Give us kisses.
Wave to us, all of
Say
you.
hi. It's really
a pleasure.
to see all of you. Welcome.
Merci beaucoup.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much to all our friends from members of EAFF. So we are going to invite our friends from UMNAGRI.
From
bonjour à tous les
bonjour,
UMNAGRI. It's really nice for you. It's really nice for us to have you with us today. Thank you so much.
Nous vous envoyons plein de gros bisous et merci.
Lots of kisses, and thank you for managing to connect. It's at the end of the year. It's not always obvious. So thank you very much. So we are going to ask the rest members of ROPPA to
pour que nous puissions faire coucou.
So that we can greet you. I can see Bila.
Yeah, hi Serge. Hi Serge. Hi everybody. Welcome to the whole of West Africa. Thank you so much for joining this meeting. Thank you for your presence, your participation. Thank you. Now we are going to ask all the members of PROPAC to open their cameras. That is Central Africa PROPAC. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, to every organization in PROPAC. It's a pleasure to see you. Thank you so much for being here. And
so I will kindly invite the members of SACAU to open their camera and to say
de SACAU d'ouvrir la caméra.
SACAU? Is there any member of SACAU? Hello. Welcome. Welcome to all of you. Thank you for being here. Tina, n'est pas là? Non. OK. Bienvenue, bienvenue en tout cas, bienvenue.
Welcome to everybody to the Southern Africa.
Nous allons demander aux collègues de la PAFO, de AHA, tous les partenaires d'ouvrir leur caméra et de dire bonjour.
Bonjour.
Bonjour Insa, bonjour Juliane.
Bonjour.
Merci
d'être là.
beaucoup. Merci pour ce petit instant de partage. C'était un plaisir ça faisait vraiment plaisir.
It was a great pleasure to see everyone's faces. Now we can start the session. In South, are you ready to share the agenda?
Alors, voici un peu comment nous...
So this is how we are going to suggest that we will proceed. So we had welcome remarks that I did, and then we have already the interaction with the public for presentation, and a few minutes to come we are going to have an introduction of the topic and subtopic as service as a source of financing in our organization, and this introduction will be passed on parcel of the importance of resource mobilization.
EAFF. Après cette...
It will be done as EAFF by Freddie in EAFF. After the presentation, we have some few minutes of exchange and debates. And then after that, we will go in breakout rooms. As I just mentioned a few minutes ago, we will explain to you once more how to join breakout rooms, even though that's obvious. So in breakout rooms, we are going to discuss the source of financing, the services that we develop in our organization, and also as services we can or we could develop, and how can we increase funding for these resources. So my colleague Insa, we will share the agenda in the chat, and the colleagues from EAFF will actually go around in case there are questions. After the session of breakout rooms for 30 minutes, we're going to come back in a plenary session to exchange on different elements that came about through our group work. After that, we'll do a small summary of our meeting as we close the session by closing remarks from INSAF, as well as the evaluation of the meeting that will be projected. So we are proposing to you, if you have a comment, be it before the agenda or in general, kindly feel free to send a comment in the chat. So if everything is clear, I cannot see a hand which is up, and I cannot see any comment in the chat. So we are going to welcome Freddie for his presentation. Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Imelda. Thank you for giving me the floor. So I'm going to try and activate my camera so that people can know who is talking and who I am. So as I'm trying to introduce the topic, we can say this. I can see that we have newcomers who are just come meeting today. So I'm going to try and remind you the context in which we are having this meeting. So we are talking about the topic of resource mobilization. As you know, the resource mobilization is still important for organizations, because if we don't have resources, we cannot function. So how can we, how did we decide on this topic? So it's very important for the newcomers who have just joined for the first time. We need to understand that We are in the context of PAFO, and in the PAFO context, there was a project that was put in place that was a Pan-African platform of exchange for grassroots organizations. And that is how we managed to put in place an exchange platform so that we can share experiences. You know, in PAFO, we are 5 organizations in regional organization. So we should share different organizations that we have on different topics. And that is how we came to be. So for us to have this exchange platform, we put in place a moderators team, and this moderators team met in Kigali, and they suggested some topics.
Ah, il y a un problème. Est-ce qu'on nous suit? Hein?
Is there a problem? People can follow us? Okay. Great. So I was saying that we put in place a team of moderators so they can moderate different meetings through this platform. In Kigali, we worked on the topics, and those topics that were chosen, we had advocacy and lobbying, and it was supposed to be facilitated by ROPPA. And then we had a topic on climate change. We also chose resource mobilization. There were some topics on communication as well. So now we are talking about resource mobilization, and this topic is facilitated by EAFF. And we tried to have some subtopics, and these are the subtopics. We told ourselves that what are the sources of finances for organizations. We had a membership contribution, and those contribution is one of the resources of our organization. And we said it should even be the main source of finances, but from what we did as analysis, we realized that there are still issues on that aspect. The second source of finances, it's services. That is what we can call service providing. It means the organization can be a provider outside, and it can allow entry of finances. The third subtitle, it's what we call the state. So it's through projects that we have and we present to funders as we get yeah, can we deactivate the mics of people who are speaking? So we have those 3 types of source of resources. So we have a membership contribution, service providing, and asking for funds from donors. So today we are talking about services, or how to offer services. That is where we are. And so in the 7th session, we understood that when we went in different groups, different resources of mobilization, their proportion in financing, we saw that on a LUTA level, the contribution of members represented 30%. So there it was okay. We can congratulate those organizations. So we can talk about internal resource mobilization. So we had some investments that were presenting 10%. We had services, and then we had services that were representing 5%. So we had some contribution from the state or from the government that was representing 40%, which was quite considerable because it's not really an internal mobilization, it becomes an external aspect. So there is the state that can intervene at 40%, and then we have external financing that it was a certain percentage, 2%, and then in terms of collaboration, it was 7%. That was ETABLE. So if you go to UMNAGRI, members' contribution represent 20%, but when it comes to member contribution, we said that it was not really stable when it comes to the annual anticipation. So in terms of resource mobilization in a project, just to up to 80%. So understand that most of the finances we have comes from outside, and that exposes us to a danger. In terms of CONAPAC, we talked about member contribution that were representing 1% of what we get from CONAPAC. It's here in DRC. So we have only 1% of members' contribution. That is a big problem. And 99%, 99% is represented by external factors. So we saw that the partnership with the state was at 30%, and from the funders was 61%. So those are some cases that we managed to come up with in the meeting of 2nd November. So realize that the percentage of internal resource mobilization is still really, really low, and we should really focus on that so we can stop depending on external source of income, because we are still in danger, because the cooperation can stop, we can have a pandemic. That's what we have faced. Like COVID, you see how it was a challenge when COVID came. Some finances were stopped, so that is a risk. That is why this topic on resource mobilization is really important for organization. So if we don't try and make sure how this is important, it is making very fragile our organizations. So when we talk about resource mobilization, we can have it through services. We should not focus on the services we offer to our members, but paying services, the ones that can auto-generate income or revenue or generating activities. So we can actually offer activities or services outside. It can be consultancy, it can be, and that money can enter the organization. That what they paid can really enter in projects, and the money can also enter in the organization. It can really help us in doing a lot of things. So it's actually a source of income, of source like any other. So we can ask a question: how are we doing that source mobilization through these subtopics? So that is the question we're going to ask ourselves, and now we'll see together how can we increase the source of income or revenue, so we can.
Qui nous réunit aujourd'hui. J'espère que
that is gathering us here today. I hope that people who are joining us for the first time have understood where we are coming from and where we are at. So in the following session, we are going to talk about resource mobilization through projects, programs that we have, how it can allow us to resource mobilization from the outside, external resource mobilization. So today we are going to talk about the internal resource mobilization in terms of contributions, services that are revenue generating, so it can be paying. So Imelda, this is what I could say for now in terms of introduction, in terms of our topic, and especially for.
Donc, je dis et j'ai terminé, donc je remets la parole.
So I am done for now. So I'm going to give back the floor to Imelda so she can continue the conversation. So thank you so much, Freddie. Thank you so much for this reminder of the platform, of all these objectives. Thank you for going in depth in terms of what we have covered so far. Thank you to have reminded us the recommendation and the conclusion of the last meetings, and this has allowed us to, it was a good opportunity to learn for ourselves. From here, from this introduction, some participants maybe may like to take the floor in case you need some clarification, some clarity, in case you have some comments, suggestions, recommendations. All right, don't hesitate in case you have to. If there is none, I think we can move straight to breakout rooms, as we had mentioned prior. Maybe you can explain to them how they need to raise the hands, maybe. I can see a message in the chat. Thank you so much for this reminder. We have really benefited from it. Thank you so much, Mr. Zawadi. You can maybe share the folder that was a recap of these elements you have shared. If you are ready, let us know if the rooms are available so that we can join. Remember, we have English speaking group and French speaking group. So when you are in a group, you need to choose a moderator for the discussion and a reporter for the discussion. And then after that, you can join, you can start discuss the way you feel like to the question that I suggested. So Insa has shared in the chat the agenda, and when you open it, you will see different questions that are asked on which you are going to discuss in the group. So we are going to reflect on 3 questions. First, what are the services that we provide in organization? What are the services we can develop or we could develop? And how can we increase the finances? So the way Freddy said it, it is a service as external. It's not services for our members, but it's services regarding other people who are not our members, who can be a source of financing from organization. Are the groups ready?
Oui, bientôt.
D'accord.
So the groups are open, the breakout rooms are open. You can join them now.
Okay, I can see Hilary is raising his hand. So Hilary, please, you have the floor.
Yeah, thank you very much, Melda, for taking
Yeah.
us through that. So maybe just a comment for mobilization. It's also important to look at even the business models. If farmers' organizations are engaging in some activities where they are building a business model, then I would propose they be part of the discussion just to explore the different services that the farmers' organizations are providing. I'm saying this because a lot of farmers' organizations have actually engaged with the cooperatives, and they are already building some value chains, right from production to processing to value addition to packaging to more marketing. So it would be a very interesting topic.
Okay, thank you, Hilary. It was not completely loud, but I think I get your point. So you want us to discuss about also about the business model during the breakout session. Fine. So I think they are available now. So we are free to join our group. Donc, il y a un groupe français et il y a un groupe anglais. Est-ce que...
We have a French group and English group. I can see that some participants have already started to join groups.
EAFF, si tu peux partager l'écran sur comment rejoindre les groupes, ça pourrait peut-être aider certains. Alors,
so EAFF, you can try and help the others. You will see that under in the
vidéo, partager l'écran, appli, etc. Vous allez voir rejoindre la salle de discussion. Et une fois que vous avez cliqué sur rejoindre la salle de discussion,
so once you have already clicked on joining the discussion group, you will see English and French, and then feel free to join the group in which you are comfortable.
ça peut aller.
Is it okay now?
Pour le moment, je vois que les francophones sont en train de rejoindre le
I
groupe.
can see that the francophones have already joined their 10, and in English speaking group, there's only one person.
Dear English speakers, do you have any problem, any issue trying to join your group? Do not hesitate to raise your hand if you are facing some challenges, or to leave a message on the chat. Donc, merci encore de rejoindre vos groupes respectifs. Safouane, Don Céleste, Monsieur Chérif, avez-vous des difficultés à rejoindre le groupe? Alors, il y a un très grand groupe francophone que peut-être nous allons diviser en deux. Hein.
Oh, there is a very big francophone group. Maybe we are going to divide in two, you never know.
Serge, as-tu des difficultés à rejoindre ton groupe?
Serge, do you have issues joining the group?
Mr. or Mrs. Lindokule Mlanga, sorry, I hope I'm correct. Are you facing any challenges trying to join your group?
Yes, good afternoon. I can't join. Can you please help me?
Okay, Julian, can you help, please?
What's the name? Sorry.
Lindokule Mlanga.
Okay.
Hano hari écouteurs. Ah là là.
Qui d'autre? Monsieur Ibrahiman Gaïdé, avez-vous des difficultés à rejoindre votre groupe? Bao Valisoa.
Oui, je vous entends. J'ai effectivement des difficultés à rejoindre mon groupe.
Ok, donc c'est pour rejoindre le groupe français, hein?
Oui.
Alors, en bas, est-ce que vous voyez rejoindre la salle de discussion quelque part?
En bas. Oui, je vois, oui.
Ok, donc cliquez là-dessus.
Je suis là-dessus.
Ok, et vous devez voir en réalité s'afficher français-anglais et rejoindre. Donc là,
je vois participer, c'est tout, mais je ne vois pas autre chose.
Vous voyez participer.
Rejoindre la salle de discussion et puis participer.
Alors oui, vous avez cliqué sur rejoindre la salle de discussion. Vous avez cliqué là-dessus. Cliquez s'il vous plaît sur rejoindre la salle de discussion. Et juste après, vous allez voir français, anglais et vous rejoignez le groupe francophone, j'imagine.
Il est déjà dans la salle.
Alors, Imen Balakdar, Gentil Minda, avez-vous des difficultés à rejoindre votre groupe? Are you facing any challenges trying to join your group? Christophe Manirakiza. On peut vous aider. N'hésitez pas si vous avez des difficultés. Monsieur Moussine Juvenal, avez-vous des difficultés à rejoindre votre groupe? Radia, tu peux rejoindre les francophones, s'il te plaît? À moins que tu aies envie d'être anglophone aujourd'hui.
Christophe? Allô, allô,
Nadia?
Christophe? Monsieur Christophe? Bonjour. Allô?
Mr. Christophe, can we help you?
I think email, that's fine. I would quickly join the breakout room in the French room and be with you in a few minutes.
Can you wait a minute, please? I think we still have 2 participants here, or 3.
Yes.
Moussine Juvenal, Mr. Christophe, and Mr. Imen Belakta. I don't know if we can help them.
Maybe can you ask them whether they would like to join the English or the French group?
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to figure out. So, Mr. Moussine Juvenal.
Bonjour, Julien. Oui.
Bonjour.
La consigne du travail, s'il vous plaît.
Ah, juste un moment. Je reviens dans un instant. Insaf?
Oui.
Les consignes de travail, ça c'est trop vous.
C'est dans l'agenda
Ok.
que j'ai partagé.
Ok, Freddy, je veux te proposer de rejoindre les groupes là, de t'assurer que les gens ont bien les consignes de travaux.
Ouais.
Et, si possible, tu peux leur copier dans les discussions les consignes. Si tu veux faire un tour rapide.
OK.
J'imagine que Hilary est déjà avec. Ah, Hilary est toujours en plénière. Hilary, please, can you join the English speakers group just to make sure that they have all the assignment they got to do? And to help them.
So I'm trying to join using my phone. Imelda?
Yes.
Yeah, I have a problem with the internet, so
Okay. Julian will help
trying
you.
to join with my phone.
Please.
Larry,
So
I'll
could
send you to the English-speaking group directly, and then you can maybe moderate in that group. Thanks.
Yeah, sure.
Freddie, I'll
Please
send you
send
to
me
the
them.
French group, okay?
No, Hilary to the English group, right?
Yes, Hillary went to the English one and Freddie to the French one.
Freddie, okay, yes.
I speak English, yeah.
Yes, this is why we sent you to the English group.
We all know that, Hilary.
Allô, Kossi?
Alors, bonjour tout le monde. J'espère qu'on a compris le travail. Hein. Donc, les consignes, c'est que il faut qu'on choisisse un modérateur et un rapporteur qui va reporter dans la salle. Et voilà, les questions auxquelles on doit répondre sont là. Et comment nous pouvons évoluer. Alors, on choisit un modérateur et un rapporteur qui va essayer de prendre note de tout ce qui sera dit.
Est-ce que je peux arrêter le partage d'écran? C'est bon pour vous? Vous avez copié toutes les questions ou... Bila?
Une minute, s'il vous plaît, pas encore.
Ouais, ok, pas de problème.
On peut partager ça dans le chat.
Ouais.
Quels sont?
J'ai partagé les questions dans le chat.
Excusez-moi, Julien, est-ce que tu m'entends? Oui, allô?
Oui, Raja?
Oui, je vous propose d'être le modérateur de cette session pour gagner du temps, si vous voulez. Parce qu'il nous reste seulement 18 minutes pour terminer le travail.
Vas-y, Raja.
D'accord, ok. Donc, qui pourra être notre rapporteur de cette session?
Moi aussi, je me nomme comme rapporteur. Ça vaut la peine.
Merci, Zawad.
Zawadi, ok. Zawadi sera notre rapporteur de cette session. Donc, nous pouvons commencer les discussions. Donc, les questions ont été déjà posées dans le chat.
So the French group is on it. I'm quickly joining the English-speaking group and see how it goes there.
And see how you can help them. Yeah, I will come them to myself. I'm just trying to see
Of highlights of the kind of services, that you've been offering, or the services that you have developed as a farmers organization, either SACAU or what you are doing in Swazi. So no copy over.
We have membership subscriptions where the farmers are expected to pay for their membership. But again, paying for the membership is very tricky because farmer-based organizations are based mainly on policy and advocacy, but the reality is most farmers, they want to pay for tangible things that they can see, like services maybe for accessing farming inputs, for accessing information. Those are the ones that make more farmers to pay for membership as compared to policy and advocacy. In the southern part, I don't know from the other countries. So we have the membership fees that we are collecting from our members. And then we've got different services that we're providing, some to individual farmers, and we've got services that we're providing also to farmer cooperatives or farmer groups. And those services are mainly linked to, we call them provision of economic services, whereby the services are meant to assist the farmer to make production easy, to access all the things that they want for production easily, maybe farming inputs, market linkages, technical support. So those are the services that the farmers, they pay for. And we have seen that if we are strong in providing those services to those farmers, we don't struggle with membership. We have this group of loyal farmers. You don't need to remember them about membership renewal, because they know that this service is linked to the membership. On Eswatini case, we also have, but we have Lindobuhle here. On Eswatini case, we also have a funeral policy for farmers. We know that different employees, they've got dignified funerals, and they've got funeral policies, but I don't know, maybe I think in East Africa, there are those policies, but in the southern parts, we don't have such funeral policies for farmers, and we included that service to our membership. So you find that farmers will also pay for the funeral policy and also renew the membership. So the idea is before you access any service, you start with your membership. So they pay for the membership, and then they will be able to access other services, and all those services we charge them. Like for the funeral policy, we charge 20% of the actual policy. Like provision for services, accessing farm inputs, we also have a fee that we charge to the farmers. Trainings, we also charge a fee to those farmers. So at the end of the day, you find that we have collected the membership, and we have also collected additional income from the services that we are providing to the farmers.
Thank you, Nokofiwa. So if I got you correctly, so the first one is the membership fees. So I hope, Alinafe, you're noting that. I know that would be a smaller percentage.
Okay, maybe can I just lead out from here?
Yep.
Can I just
Please,
lead out from here, from what I've captured?
Yes.
Okay, the
put
first
together.
one, she mentioned about membership fees from the members. And the second one, I got it as farmers services, such as access to farm
Call them economic
inputs and
services.
Can you come again? That one and the first one, I didn't get it correctly. I just got it like farmers services which are charged. For example, access to farm inputs and trainings.
And
So
market
she's
linkage, provision of economic services.
Okay, you said provision of economic services.
Yes.
Okay.
So those ones are the internal one where we're engaging with our members, but for the external ones, we also send we also provide services, for example, to WFP, to FAO, maybe to train farmers, maybe to run a certain program for the farmers, and we also write concepts to other organizations to be part of the implementation of their projects. You know, a project, it comes with different components. So in those components, you'll find that in most cases, projects, they are understaffed. So we will be taking a certain budget line, and we'll be implementing that budget line at a certain fee. So you'll find that that line will come with administration cost to the NFO. And whilst we will be visible to the farmers when we are implementing the project, because we will be partnering with whoever donor that is providing that service. So mainly that is where the money is coming from, whereby it's from the grants, whereby we write concepts and proposals to partner with other organizations to implement different projects, given the fact that for us, we cannot even qualify to access GCF, but there are certain organizations that can qualify to access GCF. And then maybe we can be implementing a certain component or budget line of that project. And then we'll be gaining the administration and salaries and other benefits that will come with that budget line or that project.
Okay, thank you, Nokofiwa. So I'll move on to Ajo. Ajo Hausin. Could you also please take the floor to share with us how you as an organization are providing services to the farmers? If you can hear us, please unmute. So Ajul has left. So we move to Gentile or Gentile Minda. He's again left. Ajul, can you hear us? Hausin? Am I audible? please.
Yes,
Nakofiwa.
Valerie, I can hear you.
Yeah. So, Aucho, please, if you don't mind, we would want to hear your experience also in terms of the kind of services that you're offering. Housing. Wow, Christoph, now take the floor. Seemingly, Aucho doesn't hear as well. Christophe?
Hello?
Hello, Alinave? We can hear you.
Yeah, I was saying I was lost. I don't know how you continue. Yes,
Yeah,
I can hear you.
I saw you left. So I've been asking Acho and Chris not coming on, eh? So
Hillary, we have
I
difficulties
think
hearing you because of your connection.
I am liking take the floor. I think it's okay.
Kule, can you hear us?
My connection is bad, I think,
Alinave,
this side.
could you take? Yeah, I think.
So if someone can quickly take.
Yeah, Nokofiwa, please, you can take the floor to moderate.
What are you saying, Hilary?
Yeah, I'm saying, seemingly I keep, my internet keeps dripping. Could you take the floor to ask colleagues to share their experience so we put up the different experiences? Because seemingly my connectivity doesn't allow me to continuously moderate this session.
I was hoping that maybe you were going to share the template because I think we have only addressed the first part of the questions. And then we can go to the second
I
one.
can quickly share the document.
Oh, thank you so much,
Yeah,
Julian.
please. Yeah.
Here are the guiding questions. Can you read that?
Yes.
We can read.
Yes, we can read. And I think, Hilary, are we done with the first one?
Yeah, we should be
Ali.
done with the first. Yeah, because mainly for the first one, it's usually the economic services. For the case of the Eastern Africa, it's usually the economic services, as you put it. Of course, we also offer some consultancy services, of course, to support certain groups. So this would be an additional component, apart from now the economic services, where you are also putting together some support services like technical input provision, insurance services, and all that. Then there is also a component on partnerships, of course, co-implementing projects with other institutions, say research institution also offers another option. So that would be another component. Co-leading projects like what we are doing with institutions like FARA, some of the national research institutions for the case of the national farmers organizations, and even what we are doing with the regional research institutions like Sereka, Koraf, Cadesa, all those. Yeah.
But now we have lost Alinafe.
So we can now move to the next question. What was the next question?
The next question is, what other services could be developed? We have lost Alinafe, who is our script. Lindo, can you proceed to be our script?
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Hello.
Did you capture everything from Alinafe?
Spain.
Lindo, we can't hear you.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Better now.
Nokpiwa.
Yes, we can hear you now. Maybe we can go to the we
Okay.
can go to the second one, and you'll be taking the notes for us. Since we have identified the services that we are providing in our organizations, do we see other services that can be developed, or maybe you have seen them from other countries, like in your region or in the continent or somewhere else where you feel like maybe those are the strategies that can assist national farmer organizations to mobilize resources?
Yes. Should I proceed from what you're saying? Yes.
Yes, you can proceed. What other services do you think are relevant for NFOs to mobilize resources?
Okay, thank you so much, Nokpiwa. From our side here in Eswatini, I feel like our farmers still need more of financial services. Yes, we do have some that are currently running, like the savings platform. However, I feel like we still need to provide other financial services, like maybe the farmers pay for marketing their products, because we still lack on the marketing side. Most farmers, they still struggle on marketing their produce. So if we can maybe develop a tool that will say you pay for such, so we can advertise your product or your produce better, I think that one can also do. Maybe also look into hiring services, like having the farmers have to pay for their labor,